We are so excited to finally unveil our brand new motorhome. Best part is this awesome, huge open floor plan. So this is definitely my favorite part of the RV. We absolutely love it. We've been living in this for what, 2 weeks now?
2 weeks.
Like we mentioned, we can honestly say we love this RV and we are so happy with the way it turned out. We've been keeping a really big secret for the past 6 months, and today we are so excited to finally unveil our brand new motorhome. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Hillary.
I'm Chris.
And we are the faces of Fuel Your Wander. 6 months ago, we visited American Coach in Decatur, Indiana to custom design our very own motorhome. And amazingly enough, it turned out so good, they actually decided to turn it into a floor plan that they're going to be selling in the future. So today we are going to be giving you a full tour of the brand new American Coach Eagle 45 FW. FW is for Fuel Your Wander, which is honestly so amazing. We've been RVing for 4.5 years.
4 years, yeah.
Total now, living in an RV for 3 years, and to have a floor plan and an RV named after us is honestly so surreal.
I can't say 45 FW without smiling.
So we were able to sit down with American Coach and design everything we wanted in this floor plan, from the layout to the features to the colors and, you know, choices for floors and backsplash and tile and all of those things.
Even window design and size of the window, so even the structure itself.
So today we're going to go through and give you a full in-depth tour of our new house on wheels. In our video next week, Chris is going to take you all for a full tour of the basement, which I promise is every bit as exciting as the inside, if not more.
It really is cool. There are some really cool features they put into the 25 and the 26 models, so it's really exciting to walk through.
But one of the coolest parts about getting our new motorhome is that we were able to unveil it as a display coach at the NIRVC second annual Music City Motorhome Expo that took place in Lebanon, Tennessee. This was actually our first year attending the event. We had heard amazing things about it, but to be able to attend, I can hands down say for both of us, honestly, it was the best RV show we've ever been to.
Oh yeah, by far. It was so cool. It was just a very targeted audience, and everyone there was an RVer.
If you're in the market for a motorhome, highly recommend attending next year. This is going to be an annual event, but what really makes it unique is that it's a very VIP exclusive shopping experience. You can actually meet with the manufacturers. You can test drive any RV you want, which is super unique.
Test driving is probably the biggest thing. It's the only place that I've ever been where you can test drive that many coaches all at one time. I mean, the first time we bought our first Super C, we didn't test drive anything. We just jumped into it and figured it out.
We didn't test drive our last Class A either.
It's true. We didn't. I highly recommend test driving your coach before you actually buy it.
But it was so much fun being able to share our coach with attendees. And amazingly enough, we even sold a couple of our floor plan at the show. So NIRVC and American Coach had a couple orders for the 45 FW floor plan after people went through it. And that was just so amazing to know that not only are we inspiring other people to start RVing, but now people are actually buying the floor plan that we have designed.
And I still can't say 45 FW without smiling.
So after the NIRVC Expo event, we spent the next couple days hanging out in the Nashville area, getting everything moved into this new coach. Now it is all set up and ready to go. We're back at our RV lot here in northern Michigan, and we can't wait to show it.
Yeah, very excited.
All right, well, without further ado, let's get to the tour.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we are inside the new RV finally. Arguably the best part is this awesome, huge open floor plan. So we're gonna go and take you through all the different features and all the different rooms of it. We'll start in the front in the cab and we'll work our way back. We'll try to be quick about it, but there is a lot to cover in this coach. So let's get started in the cab first. One of the things you'll notice here that is my favorite about driving a big Class A motorhome is this beautiful, huge front window that we have. This is so nice anytime we're on long road trips and we get to look at the view, or when we're parked in a place like our RV lot in Michigan, we've got this amazing view of the pond and the trees, and it's just a really nice view from there. We've also got a TV up here above the cabs with some storage cabinets, and we'll go through some of the different features here in the cab. Although, honestly, babe, you're the one that does most of the driving. Why don't you go through the cab and then I'll hit the rest.
I'll do it.
Let's switch. I'll take the camera.
All right, so this is the cab.
Since you're the one that does all the driving, you should take us through it.
First thing, everything in the seats is power. So one of the big upgrades is certainly all the power seats. I mean, it had power seats in the last coach, but this has got massage seats and heated seats and cooled seats. So it's really made for somebody that wants to drive for quite a while. It's got much more common features or modern electronic features that are more similar to a car. So we've got memory for the seats and memory for the mirrors and memory for the steering position. So if Hillary does drive, we can actually have a one driver and a two driver memory positions for the vehicle. One of the things that's nice about this new coach is they've changed the main screen. So we used to have two individual screens. We've now got one big screen. We also upgraded all the cameras. So we've got cameras all the way around. Plus we've got this 360-degree camera. So we can actually see a top view, which is really nice. You can see the car behind us. You can see the sides. Again, 360-degree view. It's pretty slick.
That's pretty cool when we're in like a parking lot or something and you really want to see what's close to you.
I don't fully trust it for some reason. I still look out the mirrors, but it's good. It's very accurate. We've also got zoned cooling and heating. So Hillary can have her temperature. I can have my temperature. Again, similar to modern cars, but it's really nice to have in the RV. Other than that, it's still the same overall chassis. We've got the Freightliner custom chassis, 605 horsepower, X15 coming, 2,000 foot-pounds of torque. So it still drives really well. It's a great overall driving experience. Lots of power, lots of get up and go. The other thing that we've got on this side is the leveling. So again, similar to the other coach, we've got air suspension leveling as well as hydraulic leveling.
That's so nice. Anytime we pull into a campground, all we have to do is push a button and it levels us automatically.
Yeah, it does. It drops it all in the air and then lifts it back up and balances it with the hydraulic. So it's actually really nice and really simple.
Yeah.
Love it.
Driving this is amazing. Smooth ride, quiet.
Yeah, it really is. And then the other thing, they redesigned the entire front of this coach. So they added a whole bunch of sound deadening material. It's got a different windshield in it. Somehow it's quieter. I don't know if it's thicker or what it is, but we notice a real difference. It is quite a bit quieter than, not that our old coach was loud, but this is a lot quieter than the old coach.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So like Chris mentioned, this has built-in massager seats. If I can get this to come up real quick. So in this little thing, we actually have these, which are the massagers. So you just press a button and you might be able to hear, but it just started vibrating. So this is really nice to have while you're driving, especially when you're sitting for a long time, gives you a little bit of movement, which is great. I've got a passenger nav screen here. So while Chris is driving, I can check all the cameras. I can switch the view. I can manage the navigation, manage the radio, all those things. And then I also have on this side, my own AC control over here. Like Chris said, it's dual climate. So I can actually have my own AC. So that way if I'm cold, I can turn up the heat. If Chris is hot, vice versa. Really nice. Moving back into the rest of the coach. So this is definitely my favorite part of the RV. So we custom designed this floor plan like we mentioned earlier. This is the American Eagle 45 FW. And a couple things that we changed in here that we wanted to point out. So first, we took out the two opposing couches. So typically in this layout, you'll have a couch on this side and a couch on this side. We had that in our last RV and we just found that we never used the second sofa. It was kind of a waste of space for us. So we wanted something that was more functional for two people. We designed this custom credenza that has a televator TV in the back, which I'll show in a second. And then also this lower shelf that has lots of space for storage and also an electric fireplace. So an electric fireplace is something that I really wanted. We like to camp in cold weather. This acts almost like a space heater and is really nice on chilly nights. We've actually already used this in Michigan and it makes a really big difference just running that electric fireplace. So these are the storage cabinets in here. We've added Chris actually just added some motion lights here so we can see in the cabinet a little bit better, but we have space for all of our video and computer equipment. This is one of the things that we customized as well. I told American Coach that I really needed a dedicated workstation. So they put in this custom built desk for me as well. So now I can put a chair here and I can use this as my workstation for editing videos and other work that I do. And I can connect it to the TV here if I want. So that is a really great feature to have. And then the button for the televator TV is actually on this side. So you can just press this button here and then the televator TV will lift up.
Which makes sense because it's right there in the couch where you're sitting.
Yeah.
So
it takes a minute, and unfortunately you do have to push the button down the entire time that you want the TV to raise, but
for safety reasons.
Yeah, for safety reasons, but and there you have it. Okay, then on this side, a couple big changes that we made. We wanted to have the theater sofas so that way we can recline and watch TV, but instead of having the booth, we opted to go with this bar top seating. So Chris and I love to sit at the bar anytime we go out to eat. I like to be able to work from here. If Chris wants to use that desk, we have another workstation here. here. So we got this bar top, and as part of that, we really wanted big seamless windows to span the width of this slide. One of the things we really love is when we're parked in a location like this, we like to be able to look outside and really feel like we can bring the outdoors in. So having as big of windows as possible was really important to me, so that, you know, while we're sitting here dining at this bar top, we can look out at the view. So we had them remove all the upper cabinets here that we had in our old coach, which did eliminate a good bit of storage, but we made up for it in other places, so it was fine. They also did these new window treatments that have a more kind of slick and modern design. So this has been such an amazing thing for us. Like, we use this every single day. Absolutely love it. This also doubles as Axel's bed. So if you've watched our videos, in our last RV, we had his bed under our dinette booth, which was his like cozy little cave. Unfortunately, this isn't quite as good as the booth for him, but he still likes it. He still has his bed here. Hey buddy, do you mind if I get you up for just a second so I can show them how the bar top works? Come here, let me show. Come on. Can we get up real quick? Come on. There we go, good boy. He's like, Mom, why are you making me get out of bed? Come on. So usually when we are having a meal together, we'll just take these bar stools that we got, these swivel, which is also really nice. So this way we can swivel around and talk to each other. They're also adjustable height, so you can go up or down. But this is really to us like what this is all about, this custom design that just really fit exactly what we were looking for. One thing I have to mention, we realized that this new refrigerator that we got is not magnetic on the front. I don't know why.
Why? How do we notice? Or why we?
Why isn't it magnetic on the front?
Because it's glass.
Oh, it's glass.
It's
okay.
glass.
There you go. It's not.
Which was actually funny because Hillary's trying to hang them on there. And she's like, they're falling to the floor. She's like, I think the magnets are broken. No, the magnets are good.
It took me a minute. So we got this magnet board off Amazon. This actually just came in today, where we could hang all the magnets that we get from our RV travels. So that was nice that we could keep that.
The board's almost full. What are we going to do?
I know. We're going to have, well,
get a second board.
We're going to have to get a bigger board, I guess. We've been to so many places. Then in here, the kitchen. This, again, I just absolutely love. So the American Coach 45K version that they have of this is pretty similar to this kitchen, but the one difference is that they have a peninsula here that's permanent. So the slide actually comes in over it, so the peninsula is always standing. We didn't want that because we just wanted it to be a little bit more open of a floor plan, but I really liked the concept of having an L-shaped kitchen. I believe this is the first L-shaped kitchen in a motorhome that we've seen or known about, which I just love that. So we've got this big black stainless steel sink over here. There's a storage cabinet below where we can store all of our cleaning supplies and, you know, Ziploc bags and all that good kind of stuff under there. We've got storage here for all of our glassware, all of Chris's coffee supplies. If you've seen our videos, you'll know that Chris is a bit of a coffee nut. So we've got more syrups and coffee pods than I think we'll ever know what to do with.
Well, we know what to do with them. We have them almost every morning.
We do have them every day. That is true. A couple more upgrades that we decided to do. So our last induction cooktop was recessed into the countertop, so you had to take these plates off to use it. I really wanted this cooktop to be flush mounted on the countertop just to make it easier to use. It's also got more power, so you can use both burners on high at the same time. What's it, 220?
240. So
240.
Many of the coaches that have induction cooktops, our dream was this way, have 120 volt, 700 watt induction cooktop. We essentially doubled it. So now we can run both burners on high at all times.
Yeah, we've got a window back here, backsplash that we were able to select along with this pretty Cambria quartz countertop, microwave induction oven combo. We don't actually ever use this as an oven, but you technically can. We really just use it as a microwave. One thing that I love is now we have a spice rack. So when I'm cooking, I've got this nice spice storage cabinet here, which I love to have that. In here, we've got all of our plates and dishes and Tupperware containers, bowls, things like that. These cabinets go pretty far back, so they can fit a surprising amount of stuff. Then we still do have the peninsula that I mentioned earlier. This is just not permanent, so we can pull it out and use it, which is nice for like prepping food and stuff. I'll usually put the plates here and prep our dinner.
Which is like what we had in the dream.
Yeah, that is similar to what we had in the dream. We've got lots more storage space for other kind of miscellaneous items that we need. This is one of my favorite things because we actually made a change here. So when we were planning the design of this floor plan, one thing that I forgot that was pretty critical to a kitchen is a space to keep your silverware. They had this large drawer here which can fit a lot of different things. So we've got some pots and pans in here, but I had my silverware tray just at the bottom and it was kind of hard to get silverware in and out. So I had Chris come up with a genius solution. I'm going to talk about your skills here for just a minute. So he got this bamboo silverware tray off Amazon, built a lip around it of wood, and then built me this wall here. So that way this just fits right in. and you can actually slide it from side to side so you can still access the storage underneath it. That was pretty amazing, babe.
Well, it just made a lot more efficient use of the space, right? We took a 1-story drawer and made it into a 2-story drawer.
Yeah, and we sent this to American Coach and gave them this as a potential solution because I told them I want this addressed in future floor plans. So I was amazed when Chris, he was working on it outside and he brought it back inside and my jaw dropped. I'm like, oh my God, that looks amazing. I can't believe you did that. It looked really good. We've got one more cabinet over here, which I was able to find a pan organizer so I could fit all of my frying pans down in there. And then down here, last but not least of the kitchen, is the dishwasher. Having a dishwasher is really amazing because you can just load this up every single day. It's really efficient, so you don't have to worry about scrubbing dishes for hours upon hours. You just load it up, turn it on, you wake up in the morning with clean dishes. Although that's kind of what Chris is. It's our dishwasher, so.
Yeah, but I think she mentioned it, but I think it's much more efficient than when I do the dishes. So even though we run it once a day, we fill it all the way up after, lunch and dinner and run it once a day. And I think it uses less water than when I do it by hand.
Yeah, it's true. Then we have this very fancy smart refrigerator. So this is the first time we've had anything like this, but this pretty much operates like a big iPad. It was just my birthday, so Chris wrote me a birthday message, but you can do all different sorts of things with this refrigerator. We haven't really even used it to its full capacity, but you can change all the settings. You can look at like artwork. You can upload photos, lots of stuff that honestly I'm not sure we'll ever need. But we do have a big residential size refrigerator and works great. There's a little beverage center and easy access here on the outside, so you can just open that and get access to cold, fresh water. Another change that we wanted with this floor plan was I wanted to double the size of the pantry. So there was a decent sized pantry in the existing floor plan, but I wanted something bigger. So American Coach, because we put in the bar top, they were able to expand the size of the pantry. So now we have not one pull-out pantry, but we actually have 2 pull-out pantries. And these are pretty cool because you can turn these trays to be able to access things easier. Really nice to have that on the road. Then we also have a much larger size storage cabinet down here. So I was adamant that I had to have a place to put larger appliances like my air fryer and the crock pot and Axel's dog food and stuff down there. So this is so nice to just have that bigger storage space because a lot of times in RVs, the cabinets can be kind of small. So this is the Firefly control panel in our RV that can control everything in this thing. And it is really, really great to be able to do all of this from one easy location. So you can control all the lights from here. There's lots of different lighting. You can do the exterior lights, temperature. We can set the AC, the heat, the heated floors, our aqua hot tankless water heat system. We've got automatic shades and blinds that go up and down with just the touch of a button. This is where you can also put the slides in, control the awnings, settings, different things like that. What's really great is that we have this main hub here, but then we also have smaller hubs throughout the coach, which can control pretty much all of this as well. And then you can also connect this to your phone, so that way you can control it remotely, which is great when we leave the RV and we want to like change the AC temperature for Axel or something. Then in here is the half bathroom, and this is pretty similar to what we had in our last coach, but a lot of people ask, why do you need a half bathroom with only 2 people? One of the main reasons is when our slides are closed, you can't access the main bathroom in the very back without having to climb over the bed. So this is really great to have for travel days. It's just easier access. This also happens to be Chris's bathroom. And yes, you'll see when we get back to our main bathroom, we now have double sinks with a dual vanity, but Chris still uses this half bathroom. Not because I told him he had to, but because he actually wanted his own space in his own bathroom. So just for the record, I did say he could use the back bathroom.
She did. She allows me to, but I prefer to come up here. It's just easier.
The problem is Chris is a little bit messier, and so he likes to have his own space where he can just shut the door and not have to clean things all the time. Then back this way is the main bedroom. So in here we've got a large wardrobe space where we can fit all of our clothes. A lot of our hanging stuff up here, I've got tops and different things. Again, Chris put in a couple more motion sensor lights here so that way I can see in the cabinet a little bit better. Got these huge drawers. Like, these things are massive. You can fit so many clothes in here. Really nice quality. Got a sound bar, big TV so we can watch TV at night. Hidden storage behind the TV. We've got a safe, which, don't worry, doesn't have anything of value in it. Got our vacuum cleaner mounted back here, some of my jewelry, hats, other things like that. So again, just nice to have an additional storage space.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that we have a safe because we just keep the jewelry in the open, so...
Well, I don't have much of that either. I'm not a big jewelry person. Then we have a king size bed, which is super comfortable. And this bed does fold up during travel, so that way the slides can both go in. We've got a built-in headboard back here, 2 windows. And then we've also got a lot more storage up here again, where we can just keep different things. So I keep like extra blankets and sheets and things back there. More motion sensor lights that Chris added.
I was gonna say, I don't know if Hillary mentioned it or not, but we get a lot of comments about the size of the bed. It is a full king for an RV. So it's about 80 inches long and 72 inches wide. So
yeah, it's the width of a king, but not the length.
Yeah, I think that's right.
The length of a queen, I think. But it works just fine for the two of us and Axel, because Axel does like to sleep in here on occasion. And then moving into the last room inside, the bathroom. So like I mentioned, we actually got a bathroom with dual sinks and a double vanity. So this was something I really wanted to have. And now that I have it, I guess it's not that necessary since Chris doesn't use it. But I do really like to have the extra space. So we have a medicine cabinet here where I can put all of my like makeup and toiletries and everything neatly organized in these nice little bins that I got. We've got two big cabinets here where you can fit lots more kind of larger size items down there. We've also got a couple drawers so I can fit more things. I'm sure Chris just can't understand how I filled these cabinets with all my stuff, but
well, I think it's funny that you think I don't need my own bathroom as we walk through here. There's not any extra space in it.
There's not much extra space. No, I have taken a lot of it.
You've expanded into it.
This is actually our emergency exit. So in the event of emergency, if we were unable to get out the front door on the passenger side, this is the other exit on the driver's side. So we could pull this handle and then these act as steps. You don't want to do that though, because unless it actually is an emergency, because I think it can only be used like once or something.
Yeah, I think it has to be put back together by then.
Yeah,
I don't think you could do it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got toilet here. Another really nice feature that we didn't have in our last RV is a much bigger closet. So we had a small closet in our last one, but this now spans the full width of the coach. It's a little bit hard to access. I've got some like coats and stuff way back here. It's a little hard to access some of those just because it's not a true walk-in closet, but at least you've got the space and you know,
it's perfect for longer term storage. Like we put winter clothes off to the side and then when we go somewhere cold, we put the summer clothes off to the side.
Yeah, exactly. So I was able to hang all my dresses and sweaters and things. And then there's a shoe rack back here so I could put all my shoes back there and keep them all neat and organized. Then another big upgrade for us, we had a washer and dryer in our last RV, but it was out in the living room area. So anytime we were doing laundry, we had to listen to the laundry. So now they've put the washer and dryer back in the back of the coach. And we've got a stackable Samsung washer and dryer. These work great. They work just like a house appliance. They're on 220 as well. So, and these even work better than our last coach. Like I can throw a king size comforter in here on for just one cycle and it's dry. It's kind of amazing. I don't have to put it on touch up or anything. So these work really well.
We get that comment a lot. Like people think that you should go with one of the single units that has the washer and dryer built into it. But they never work as good as these separate units.
No, and then, I mean, maybe the new ones do at some point. That would be nice maybe to try if they ever do get good, but I don't think they work as well as those. And then last part of this bathroom, the shower. So I absolutely love this shower. We went with a very kind of sleek and modern design where we just wanted one kind of tile going up vertically here that gives that marble, sophisticated, luxurious look. So this shower, it's funny because it's not much bigger square footage wise than our last shower, but it's wider. And so it just feels bigger. So we can fit in it a little bit easier. Got the nice black matte hardware and nice shower head. There's this reclamation system. Is that what it's called? So this is something when you're boondocking, you can push this button and what it will do, it will circulate the water until it gets hot. So that way you're not wasting water unnecessarily. We haven't actually tried that out, but we will be boondocking soon. So I'm curious to give that a try. But we were able to add like this little shelf here that I got from Amazon that just sticks on the wall so we could hold some more of my shower items, soaps and shaving cream and all that. There's also a pull down little shelf here. So you can sit if you ever want to sit in the shower, which I don't, but or you can use it for, you know, shaving your legs and things like that. So absolutely love having the big, nice size shower. That's been a game changer.
The new AquaHot system works so well. I don't even know if you'd use the recycler because it heats up really quickly, almost instantaneously.
Yeah, it does. Another thing, we added some personal touches in this one that we didn't have in our last RV. So I was able to get some of our wedding photos hung in here, which just makes it feel a little bit more homey. But yeah, so that is pretty much about it for the inside. We absolutely love it. We've been living in this for what, 2 weeks now?
2 weeks.
I think. And I can honestly say that this floor plan just works so well for the two of us. It's definitely not a floor plan if you've got 4 people or if you've got kids or you plan on having lots of people sleep over. This is not the floor plan for that. This is really built for couples, especially people who, you know, maybe work from the road and are not necessarily retirees. So it's funny because when we had our coach on display at the NIRVC Music City Motorhome Expo, we got a lot of different feedback from people on this floor plan. most people absolutely loved it. But there was a lot of people that just kind of said this doesn't work for them and their needs, which is totally fine, to each their own, right? Everyone's got different opinions and different thoughts on what they need. So, but I don't know, babe. What do you think? Like,
oh, I think it's great. I mean, the majority of the time it is just the two of us.
Yeah.
And so 2 people at the bar, or we can sit 2 people on the couch.
Yeah.
But the 2 captain's chairs do turn around.
They
so
do.
if you did want to have people over, you've got room for 2 people in the captain's chairs, maybe 2 people. So you could have 6 people over. You could be watching a movie on TV. There's plenty of room for people to come in here and socialize. But at the same time, 90% of the time, it's just the 2 of us. So this space just works really well for that 90% of the time.
Yeah, I think so. I love it. Is there anything you'd change now that we've been in it for 2 weeks?
More windows. No, I mean,
We already have a lot of
we have a lot of windows, but that'd be the only thing maybe we've talked about, maybe the one up there in the corner. But
maybe adding a window here potentially. But I kind of like that I can hang my photos here. So I don't know.
It's true.
I like
that
too.
It's so far it's been really good. I don't think there's anything that I would change.
I know. I was a little bit nervous that since we custom designed this, something was going to come out not quite right. Like that silverware drawer, I forgot about that, but then we found a solution for it. But I don't think there's been really anything else that I regret or wish we had done differently.
The other thing that Hillary didn't mention when we went through the kitchen is the 2-tone cabinet.
Oh, yes. I did forget about that. Good call. Yes, the 2-tone cabinets was something I really wanted to have in an RV. That was something American Coach had not done before. So they had these darker cabinets in another RV that we had seen. And I just really liked the idea of adding a little bit of contrast, and again, gives it that kind of modern feel and feels much more residential. It feels, again, like a high-end home or apartment or condo. Well, we hope you enjoyed getting the full access exclusive tour of our brand new motorhome. Like we mentioned, we can honestly say we love this RV and we are so happy with the way it turned out. We can't thank the American Coach team enough for bringing our vision to life. And we also wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you. Without your support, your watching, your commenting, your liking, and your engagement, none of this would have ever been possible. So truly, from the bottom of our heart, thank you so much for following along with us on our journey and for making this a reality.
So I just want to reiterate what Hillary had just said. I mean, the entire experience with American Coach was great. They really pulled it together, from the designers in the very beginning, through the engineering team that we worked with, through all the guys on the factory floor, through all the guys that helped answer questions. It was just a great experience all the way around.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, we would love to know from you all what you think about our new motorhome. Share any feedback that you have. Please drop us a comment and let us know. We're going to be talking to American Coach about improvements that they could make to this floor plan in the future. So we definitely love to hear from other people what you like and what you don't like. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Chris is going to be sharing a full in-depth tour of the exterior in our next video, which, like I said, is going to be just as exciting as the inside. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so that way you don't miss out on any of our videos.
It's going to be even more exciting.
Exactly. We're also getting ready to head out on an epic summer road trip. We're heading out west and then into Canada. So again, be sure you are following along because you are not going to want to miss what it's like to travel in this luxury Class A motorhome. And let's just hope we actually get across the border without any problem.
We will. We will. We got lots of hidden bins we can hide stuff in. So.
If you're the Canadian authorities, don't listen to that.
I shouldn't have said that on camera.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Until next time.